The pinnacle of this state visit, the banquet, in Windsor Castle. Into St. George's Hall the procession came. This was a who's who, and it was a who's where too. Not just who's been invited, but where they were sitting. The President with the King, of course, flanked by the Princess of Wales and the US Secretary of State. America's Treasury Secretary next to the Queen, the First Lady on the other side. But beyond them, this was a who's who of the business world. Tech CEOs, business leaders. It's what all this is about. It's why it's happening. The speeches, so anticipated, came before dinner. And from a king who, as a prince, spoke his mind, carefully crafted language.
Our countries are working together in support of crucial diplomatic efforts, not least of which, Mr. President, is your own personal commitment to finding solutions to some of the world's most intractable conflicts in order to secure peace. In striving for a better world, we also have a precious opportunity to safeguard and to restore the wonders and beauty of nature for the generations who follow us.
Then the President.
It's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. Winston Churchill, to coin the phrase special relationship, but seen from American eyes, the word special does not begin to do it justice. We're joined by history and fate, and by love and language, and by transcendent ties of culture, tradition, ancestry, and destiny.
And at the end, historic ties threaded with just a hint of today's politics.
Together we must defend the exceptional heritage that makes us who we are, and we must continue to stand for the values and the people of the English-speaking world, and we do indeed stand for that.
It began mid-morning. From the window of Windsor's Victoria House, a glimpse of a host awaiting his guest. A presidential arrival by air from the ambassador's mansion to the King's Castle. This was to be everything the president wanted, everything Britain could offer. Greeted first off Marine One by the Prince and Princess of Wales. Every step of this mapped, planned, choreographed. And watched too, the President and the First Lady, a relationship scrutinized by some, hand in hand. This then the beginning of an unprecedented second state visit, hosted by the King at the request of the government to dazzle a president precisely because he has proved to be a man of such huge, unpredictable consequence. The transport to the castle, the Irish state coach. All of this, pomp and pageantry with a purpose. Through the California Gate to the sound of the Star-Spangled Banner. All the stops pulled out, all the King's horses, all the King's men, along Frogmore Drive to the castle. And in the quadrangle, with the music, the Brigade of Guards, a guard of honor. All this for a president who has so proudly, so intentionally upended the world order. His flip-flopping on Ukraine, his on-off alignment with Putin, the tariffs, the language on Greenland, on Canada, his consolidation of power at home, all of that hard for America's allies, but not a reason for distance. No, the calculation by the British government is that all that is a reason to pull him closer, to flatter, to seek to influence. There was a tour of the castle and the history which binds these two countries, the roots of the special relationship that transcends difficult presidencies.
That is so amazing.
They looked at the first edition of the writings of Captain John Smith and his arrival in Virginia in 1607. The security planning for all this has been huge. The Beast, his armoured limo, flown over as always, but here to move the president only around the grounds of the castle. To St George's Chapel, a moment to pay his respects to the late Queen at her tomb. And it is a deep respect, that is clear. He has talked so often of his fondness and his affection for her. With the president in the chapel, his key White House staff. It is the reminder that all this is about much more than pomp. There are deals to be done, the give and take of a visit like this.
It's a lot of history.
It was the American military who drummed in the afternoon with the Yankee Doodle Dandy. And then a beating retreat, symbolising the end of the day. But, you know, for all that we've seen here over the course of the day, something has been missing. People. It's all felt just a bit flat. Yes, there are some supporters here of Donald Trump, some here too who loathe him, but he has been kept well away from all of them. It's all felt a bit sterile. There was a rapport here, a personal interaction for sure. And from those who saw the day up close with the president, we're told he appeared genuinely moved by an institution he does respect. This day was about honouring the presidency, flattering the president. That's the easy bit. But the day ahead, the politics, the diplomacy, the deals, and the news conference, much harder. Mark Stone, Sky News at Windsor Castle.